Welcome to all you Leos. Welcome Leo for your, not monthly, but yearly forecast in general for the sign of Leo. And I think it's going to be the shortest video. But I warn you, it's not because I don't want to give you a lot of attention. You deserve all the attention in the world. But you are going to have such a huge positive aspect that I really want to stress that. And I don't want to look too much at other things. I will be talking about the other things. I will say them as they are. But this is too important, what's happening now. And that is where my focus is for you Leos. You're going to have Jupiter in your sign. And that only happens once every 12 years. So, and it is, Jupiter is a planet of, it's the benefic planet. It's the planet of expansion. It's the planet of growth. It's the planet of knowledge. It's the planet of wisdom. So all of that is going to happen to you if you tap into that. So when does it happen? It happens as from the middle of the year. So around the middle of July, there is this Jupiter entering the house of Leo, and immediately, so around let's say the end of July and the whole month of August, you're going to have a trine with Uranus. So these are double positive aspects, and I don't want to get too excited here because I have a bit of fire in my horoscope as well. So I really like it for all the fire signs to have Jupiter in a fire sign. But it is really opportunities coming up for you, so grasp them. And Jupiter is going to trine Uranus, and Uranus is in your 9th house, and Uranus is a planet of freedom. It's the planet of sudden changes. So expect that it can come to you in a very sudden way. And when you're open to it, I wouldn't be surprised that a lot of Leos will embody what they have been visualizing for a long time, because the 9th house is the house of our beliefs system. It's the house of our connection with source, with the universe, with some call it God, some call it Allah, and so on. So it's that higher connection that we have. And if you can align with that, with your own identity, because it makes a connection with you, with the sign of Leo, then you can really expand and grow and have that wonderful fiery feeling that you are alive. And you Leos, you need that. You need to feel alive, and you need to be giving and to be spreading energy. And I think you will be able to do that. So there is a lot of change coming up for you, but it is growth. So don't be afraid of it. And I don't think that Leos are afraid of change, but it is a fixed sign. So sometimes Leos are a bit fixed to what is, and have a bit of difficulty of letting go of stuff that is not really in tune with them anymore, whatever it is. Whether it's work, relationship, and so on. But the thing is, you will have the courage. You will have with Jupiter in your sign, or you should have the courage with Jupiter in your sign, really tapping into this confidence. Leos naturally is a sign that is born with a talent for having the confidence to do things. And if you are the kind of Leo who says, I really not like that, well, with Jupiter into your sign, it means that you will get this confidence boost. So the things that you have a bit of fear of, it's good to take a little bit of steps there, because it's now the time. Now you feel that extra confidence, so you don't have to do things when you feel so low. You don't have to do big things when you feel very low. It's good when you have that sense of confidence and take your steps. This is what 2014 is all about. It's all about you. It's all about you. The focus, the highlights are on you, and it's about you and how you set your boundaries. It's very much like that. It's you who is the teacher. And of course you will get your lessons through other people, because it's on the axis on the 1st house and the 7th house. But it's you that over the past 12 years gained wisdom and now gained knowledge, and now is doing something with that knowledge. So every Leo has that opportunity to do so. So very, very nice for the Leos, and I'm very glad that I can give you that that good news, because I know that a lot of Leos are not having the easiest time. And why is that? Because there is Saturn in another fixed sign, and so you are as well a fixed sign, and Saturn is now in Scorpio, squaring up to your sign. And the thing is that Leo receives Saturn in detriment, so it really, really doesn't like it, Saturn. And why is that? You are a fiery sign, and Saturn is boundaries, so you really don't like that other people put boundaries upon you, or that you are restricted in your expression. So that's why I think Saturn is the hardest for the Leos at the moment, because and also oh no, not really for the Saturn is now the hardest for the Leo, because you receive that Saturn energy in detriment. You really don't like that energy, so it's like Leo and Saturn, they don't get along well, but you have to cope with it anyway, and it's there for a reason. So it's there for showing you that things need to change and that it takes time for that. Now, talking about the Saturn, let's have a look where Saturn is at the moment that we speak. Saturn is actually in a part of your chart, so Saturn is a bit the opposite of Jupiter. And you're going to have Jupiter in your sign, very good. But Saturn is that wants to test you, that wants to test the reality. If you say that you are someone like that, Saturn says, okay, let's show it here. So it's like the teacher for us. And having Saturn in the lowest part of your chart means that you're having Saturn at the deepest core of yourself. So you are really doing a lot of inner work, I think, the Leos. And they might not always like that. A bit like the Sagittarians, who have this Saturn in their 12th house, which is a very water house. And for you Leos as well, you want to expand, you want to go forward, and the Saturn is really saying, we have to look a bit more about your roots. You have to maybe go back in time, and things that were unfinished business, we've got to clear this up. This is what people who have Saturn in the 4th house are doing. And that is what you are doing the whole year at behind the scenes. So this Jupiter in the 1st house is very much about you and how other people see you, but the 4th house is really your inner world. So actually on an inner world level, you're really restructuring yourself. You're really becoming a new identity, as it were, and that takes time. Therefore, be patient, Leo. Especially the ones who have Leo planets around 16, 17 degrees up until the end of Leo. So, so if you are born around, let's say, the 9th of August and onwards, then you're a Leo that has now in 2014 the Saturn energy. So don't forget that there is also time to be spent with yourself. That is necessary. Notwithstanding the fact that you're really, it's a bit of a paradox. On the one side you're really expansive, on the other side you're still working very hard on yourself. But it means that that is exactly what is going on with you. So what else? Pluto is in Capricorn for the whole year, so it's still in your 6th house. It's the same thing as last year when it considers routines, when it considers day-to-day work. So work can be really transformational, so you can really transform through your work, you Leos. And Mars, exceptionally, is for a very long time in Libra. And it is already in there now as I speak in December 2013. It will be there in Libra up until July of 2014. It's exceptional because Mars only stays into a sign approximately 2 months. So now it's there for 8 months in the same sign of Libra, which I think you won't have a lot of negative experiences with that. Other signs are having quite, especially the cardinal signs, quite a challenging time with that. But for you, as I said, this Mars in Libra sextiles your sign, so you're getting along well with that Mars energy, I think. And I think it's giving you a boost to change the way that you talk, think. If you are someone who thinks about writing or editing or learning, it's now the time, especially the first half of the year, because Mars in the 3rd house is really getting active with your writing or with reading or with communication or with learning or with teaching. So this is good energy if you want to spend time there. On another level, it could mean that you are getting active with siblings, that you are, and what mind ego conflicts with siblings, because Mars can tend to give that energy. But as I said, it's in a sextile with your sign, so I don't think it's going to be a bad thing. So environment and information, gathering information can become very relevant next year as well, but that is more of a detail. So I think I already said the most important thing. Then let's have a look at the eclipses. Is that affecting you? Actually, not really. It's not really in your sign or not really in your opposite sign. So I'm not going to talk about that. So the most important thing for you is this Jupiter in your sign, trining Uranus, the planet of sudden events, actually, and sudden events that can really make you bigger and really more expansive, really more encountering of yourself, really finding more meaning in your own personality, growing. That's a very general word, but that is what is happening with you. So I wishing you all the good luck, you lovely Leos out there. Have a good time in 2014. Tap into the good energies if you can, and seeing you in the monthly horoscopes. Bye bye.